Hello peeps. Today we'll see how to install VM on Windows. Before that, let us know why VM is so important and powerful editor, especially for coding. VI was the original editor. As the technology advanced, few advancements in editors was also needed. Then VI became VIM. VI improved. There are various editors, but what is the need of VIM in particular? The simple answer is that once you place your fingers in typing position, there is no need for you to lift your fingers for any operation. But remember, computers were the upgraded versions of typewriters, where there was no separate numpad and function keys. Okay, coming to the concept of VIM on Windows, there are two ways to do it: using Ubuntu subsystem for Windows and using VM application for Windows. Now let us see how can we install using the first method, using Ubuntu subsystem for Windows. For that, what we need to do is we need to enable the subsystem feature. Subsystem is like a system within a system. Ubuntu installed on Windows, or Kali Linux installed on Windows, or even Windows inside a Windows system. For Ubuntu to be run on Windows, we need to enable the subsystem for Linux on Windows. For that, just go to Start menu and search for Windows features. See, Windows features on or off. And once the features are loaded, we need to scroll down to the Windows subsystem for Linux. Here you see Windows subsystem for Linux. As I have already enabled it, you are seeing a tick mark here. Otherwise, you can tick it here and click on OK. So once that is done, you are ready to install Ubuntu on Windows. For that, go to Microsoft Store and then you can search for Ubuntu. So here you will be able to see Ubuntu latest stable version as well as Ubuntu latest version that's running. Here I already have installed Ubuntu latest stable version, as you can see here. So I can simply launch it. You will get usually install here. Once you install it and press launch, you will get to a window like this. It will take a few minutes to set up the initial requirements of the PC. Once that is done, it is going to prompt for username and password, and give the username and password as you feel comfortable. Once the initial installations are done, you will be asked to enter username and password. So now you will have access to your Ubuntu CLI. You can use Vim from here like this. This is the first time this is the first method we can use VM on Windows. And now let us go to the second method. The second method is, once you are done with this, the second method is via using VM application for Windows. If you see here, this is where you can download VM for Windows. Yeah, also vim.org is where you can get everything related to Vim. And when I go to download here, you can directly download from self-installing executable or using FTP. Once you have it, you have something like a setup file as I'm showing here. This one. This is the one. So after you install it, let us install it now. Next, accept, next, next, next. Most probably all of the settings are coming by default, so there is no need to modify anything. You can install as is. Once that is done. Now you can go to, after installing VM, you have various tools. Let us see them. If you observe here, these are the various utilities from GVM, which is graphical interface of VM. Just like our Windows Microsoft Office, you'll have graphical interface and graphical interface Vim for diff. If you have two files and you want to get the differences between them, you can use this. Vim easy for graphical, Vim read only, help, VM, VM diff, VM online, VM read only. So now let's go to Vim. So this is how you can install Vim. If you start inserting, you can directly go to the insert mode. So this is how you can install VM on your Windows machine, and further tutorials, stay tuned please.